Am I the asshole? For asking our roommate to buy her own food from now on. Edit. A lot of comments are saying to kick her out. We are renting the house from my BF and his sister's grandparents, so we can't kick her out. Not the asshole, but this is just getting ridiculous. If she hasn't been following any of your other rules or terms, why the hell do you think she suddenly would be receptive to this one? She needs to go. Not the asshole. Feed the poor kittens, though it's not their fault, they're probably starving and they don't understand why they can't eat. However, she's going to continue to eat your food, charge her $600 a month for rent and then tell her she can eat. Info. Who exactly is the roommate? Your boyfriend's sister? It's unclear in your post. How old is she? Also, where is your boyfriend in all this? Not the asshole. You will probably have to move to evict. Look up the laws in your state. You'll lose family over this, but it's not worth her mooching off of you and eating into your own budget. Your child takes priority over her. Another alternative is to up the rent to $500 or whatever you see fit to recoup the costs. Basically, we're upping the rent to $600, or you can move out. Your choice. Sil should be banished. She is not a member of the family by reason of not sharing and not obeying the rules. She is a disruptive parasite that you need to get rid of. Not the asshole. Time she moves out and you don't let her back in to visit. You need to stop her entitlement now. Not the asshole. I think it is important to set clear rules and boundaries, but also consequences. If she broke all the rules so far, what is her consequence? Are you ready to evict if she does not follow your rules and/or if she does not buy her own food? Not the asshole. Kick her out ASAP. Stop being a doormat. The longer she lives there, the longer she will take advantage of you. Stop letting her. You're the asshole to yourselves. Your Sil is taking away from what you can provide to your child. She can live with her grandparents or her mother. Evict her. Not the asshole. Do you have a written rental contract? Does it say you supply food? I would evict her. Not the asshole. But alternatively, and it may just be easier if she keeps eating your food anyway, up what you charge her in rent and put the difference toward your food budget. So charge her $550 instead of $350, and add the extra $200 to your food budget. And if she doesn't agree to that or buying her own food, she can find somewhere else to stay. If you can't kick her out, then look for a new place yourselves. Doesn't sound like a great environment for your child, which is all that matters. You're the asshole because you said no. She came over anyway, so you let her move in and you caved at every turn. She breaks all the rules because you don't enforce them, and now she even has you feeding her. For your own sake and the sake of your family, grow a spine. Yell her she is leaving. Stick with it. When she comes around, do not let her in unless she is invited. Learn the word no. You are assholes to yourselves. Not the asshole. How old is she? Up her rent. Don't let them bully you into not making her be accountable for herself, and if you are still having issues with her not buying the cat's food or feeding herself, go up on her rent, split the rent 3 ways and do a new food budget splitting it 3 ways also. That way everyone in the house is paying an equal amount. Not the asshole. Sorry, you can't kick her out. Look, it's all fine to be kind and try to help someone, especially family, but she is just taking advantage. Kick her out and give the cats to a good home. Not the asshole. Raise the rent. Not the asshole, but I'm sorry, she is doing all this because you're letting her get away with it. We teach people how to treat us. Not the asshole. If you can't kick her out, maybe it's time for you and your family to find a new home. Not the asshole. However much time is left on the lease, start looking to move out and don't let her follow. Not the asshole, and you keep telling people that you can't kick her out. Well, that's completely untrue. This is where you sit down with the grandparents, because they are obviously the underlying problem here. They can lower your rent by $500, or they can let you kick her out. Because she is too irresponsible to stay. So if she won't pay her fair share, then they can pay her fair share. If they can't do that, then they can just collect rent from just the sister. Not the asshole. Letting people live with you is a slippery slope. You guys may have to move and leave her with the rental and full rent. Or you could take her to small claims, but I think you'll end up having to move and leave her to it. That's the level-headed decision. Me, on the other hand, I would take all her SH to the Goodwill and have animal control come get her cat and put a lock on the fridge. But I bet your temper isn't set up like mine. Well, since she comes as a package with the house on behalf of THR landlords, you could discuss with them helping as well by lowering the rent so that you can feed her. Not the asshole and she has to go. I bet the drama between his mom and sister is her and mom is sick of her shit. Not the asshole. You're charging below market rent and she needs to buy her own food and cat food. You need to both increase her rent and have her provide for herself and her cat, including dental hygiene products, laundry supplies and contributing to paper products and cleaning supplies. Not the asshole. Come on, it's common decency to buy food if you're living with someone and eating meals with them. She should be buying her own food anyway, and I assume if she wants fast food or snacks she does do that, but you didn't mention all of what she contributes. She should also be buying her pets food because they are her pets. I think you need to re-evaluate your agreement with this person and make her sign something in writing, because I doubt she'll go quietly if you ask her to leave. You need to set boundaries and not budge on them going forward. How much do you pay the grandparents? Not the asshole. Since you can't kick her out, find someplace else to move and leave her there. Put locks on your fridge and cabinets or keep the food in your bedroom. Quit taking care of this mooch. I know you feel for the cat, so maybe it would be better off taken to a shelter. She isn't responsible for herself, much less a cat. I'd talk to the grandparents' owners and fill them in on how she is abusing you. And yes, it's a form of abuse. If you're renting from their family, why can't they lower your rent so you can feed her? If they're looking into your finances, why can't you question why they charge you so much, saying you can't afford to pay rent and feed her at the same time? Why not lock all your food up? Sounds like an easy fix. Not the asshole. Just stop paying the rent. Feed your son. Save the rent money for renting your new place and let his parents evict you. They probably directed her to just move in with you. After all, it's their house and she's their kid too, right? Or just tell her folks that you all are responsible for the $1,800 and from here on out she can be responsible for 1/4 of $1,800, $450, $500 for food, and therefore you will now be sending them $900 a month, and they get to collect from the deadbeat druggy daughter they moved into their group home. If you are renting from his grandparents, tell them that she is responsible for her part of the rent from now on, split evenly 3 ways. And stop buying food for her. Not the asshole. Put her out. Let me get this straight. You paid $17,000 for this house and also pay $1,800 a month to his grandparents. What kind of deal is that? If I was you, I'd stop paying the grandparents' rent and say you need it to feed their granddaughter. At the very least keep back the $350 in rent she pays you to put towards her bills and food. Not the asshole. The least she can do is take care of the poor cats. I mean, I'd get all my ducks in a row and be prepared to move somewhere else. Either another state or another house. And then I'd move and tell the grandparents they can have the 21-year-old pay on the house, considering the grandparents are on the hook for the loan. Mainly cause they are being so rude and such. Like, you can't even eat because you don't have enough money, and one of your cats was thrown out in place of hers. And she kept the kittens. She didn't hold up her end of the bargain, don't hold up yours. Not the asshole. Lock up your food, or at least what your kid needs. Buy her a box of ramen noodles and tell her that's all you can afford this month.